It's Saturday, and I'm in the lab, and I'm about to do something. What I did is I was playing around with the Mother 32, and I came up with this sound. Let me just show you what it sounds like. Okay, so from that, I pulled in this sample and tuned it down. Okay, so from there, I wanted to change up, so I pulled in Serato sample and I made a pattern with it. Using the same sample from this one. Okay, and then I added a sub. So I've got some weird stuff going in there, like that little hiccup of the tone. I did like a little bend with it. I've been playing around with trying to bend things in unusual ways, and doing things that you normally don't do in unusual ways. I normally come up with good ideas if I just experiment that way. And sometimes in using songs like this, I come up with new ideas for a new song. So while I may not be successful with making this one sound really good, I may take some of the ideas that I've used in this to make something else that sounds better. So no matter what I make, I'm using it in some sort of way. I'm using it as a learning experience, or I'm using it to have some more focus to make something that sounds really good. I'll really have to go back and I'll show you guys a video. I have my old Korg Triton that I started making beats on, and I want to show you that everybody has a beginning. When I was making beats inside the Korg Triton, those beats don't sound good. They don't sound good at all. Some of them were just me practicing piano. Some of them were me really seriously trying to make music. We have beginnings. Everybody does. But no matter what your beginnings are, you just keep making music no matter what you're doing. I really wish I had my original keyboard. My original keyboard that I had bought for myself was a Roland W30. I liked the Roland W30 because it had a sampler. It was pure sample-based keyboard, and you had to have discs that come with it to be able to load sounds into it. A lot of people at the time were buying like ASR 10s and that kind of stuff, but that keyboard I didn't like the ASR 10. I like the Roland W30 because of the flexibility that I saw it had with the sequencer and that kind of stuff. But I was able to make a lot of interesting stuff with it. But when I go back and play the beats from that keyboard, a lot of the beats that I was making were like really weird because I was using like a lot of animal sounds. And it's really embarrassing because my family, having to grow up with me making music, they know all of what my music sounds like. So when I have conversations with them about my music, especially my sister, she is like the family clown, and she will tell you straight up that my original stuff sounded like it had a farm running through it. And when I let her listen to some of the stuff today, at least she says that it doesn't sound like it has an animal farm in it. And I don't think I'll ever live down that stuff. But I'm saying all of this to say is that being creative, you go through nuances, you go through phases, but in the end, all of that develops you as a musician and as a producer, as a beat maker. You might like hard ass subs today. You might like making Trapanese stuff today. Tomorrow, you may end up making something completely different. But those elements that you use to learn those styles end up always transitioning into your new stuff. And I can't tell you why it happens. It's just part of learning, I think. The things I'm making today, because I've been making stuff for so long, doesn't sound like any of the original stuff that I used to make. I've changed a lot in my musical genres and styles and stuff that I've learned. But I think it's just part of my own journey, that renewal phase that I go through of trying to learn something completely new. But I use a lot of the techniques and things that I've learned from a production perspective from the stuff that I know from back when I originally started. I can hear that. Like if I pull up all my Reason stuff, that's more newer than the stuff that's in my Triton. That stuff, it was kind of reminiscent of the style of the stuff that I was making when I was making beats exclusively in the Triton, but it's more refined, even though it still sounds like beginner beats. But it is growth. I can hear growth in it, and a lot of the older stuff that's more towards like, out of probably 2015, maybe 16, 17, that's when things started to actually sound like something. So I don't regret my path. And I am more than willing to show people where I came from and what I've done. You should not be ashamed of where you came from. We all had a beginning, but I know that if I'm making something professionally for a project, that I'm not going to be using those same techniques and methods. I'm going to use methods that I know that are more congruent with the style of what's required for a project, a professional project. So, but having gone through all those things helped me to understand what's required for the new stuff. So I'm saying that to say I do a lot of things for pleasure. I have fun with it. I don't always use everything that I do, but it teaches me how to make more professional sounding things. And I'm pretty sure that everybody else is doing the same things. They may not show you all of the raggedy beats that they've got on their computers like I will. I have no problems pulling up raggedy beats from like 10 years ago, showing you that, I had a beginning. We all do. So after, let's see, let me get back to this. After I created that sub, I pulled over the kick. It's kind of doing the same pattern as a sub, just not completely. So I'll just show you that real quick. So again, I don't, on my kicks, I try not to do like repetitive quadruplets because it sounds funny if it's doing it with the sub. Let's see. Then I pulled in, ooh, it's getting warm in here. It gets warm in this little tight room when I have the door closed. Um, and I have a fan, so I have to turn the fan on to have air circulation. Otherwise, there's a air return that's right outside the door. You would hear it in the mic, so I try to close the door so that you can only hear what's encapsulated inside the room, and it seems to work. I've been um, having lots of technical issues with cameras and my microphone. I have a Yeti, blue Yeti, that is acting up. It's the best mic that I have for recording videos with, and it has been having issues. So um, if I don't use the Yeti, I try to use like the mic on the camera. The camera mic is horrible. It sounds horrible. So I apologize. Sometimes I'm trying to um, focus on making better videos. I have to get better gear. So I've started like saving so that I can buy better cameras. I'm going to get at least 2 or 3 like real um, 4K cameras that I can situate in the room. Because I would like to start like doing live streaming. So I need the cameras to be in better shape. My DSLR that I use sometimes for making videos is only good for 20 minutes. And the quality of my camera that I'm using right now, which is a webcam, is on only 1080p. So the quality is not quite where I want it to be. I really want it to be 4K, which is like really crispy. I'm okay with the lighting. The lighting could be better as well. I've got another LED strip that I could add. It's just it gets a little too bright for my taste. So I'll have to learn how to make some better adjustments with that as well. But that is kind of all that I did to this one. I added some effects. A swoosh effect and a vocal effect in there. I've been like downloading clips and sounds from kind of everywhere, and people are giving away packs that are free, so I keep that stuff, and I end up using it somehow. And that these effects came from a pack that I just recently downloaded. So let me just play you the song. Let me see, what else? I feel like I'm missing something. I did add, let me go back. I did miss something. So I added an effect called VPS Glitch Bitch at the beginning of the track that gives it like a chopped up kind of filtered sound. I use this plugin from time to time for those types of effects. This plugin is very strange. It's a very old plugin. It's the only plugin that I have that uses the e-licensing model, and it requires a USB dongle for it. And e-licensing is proprietary to the company that Steinberg, who actually created the VST format. That's their licensing model for the dongles is e-licensing. This plugin is a little strange. I really wish that VPS would update the licensing model to at least iLok if they're going to go with the licensing platform, because it's a little weird. Sometimes they do a e-licensing model update and then it breaks the plugin. But when I have a ton of plugins that use iLok. When they do updates, it never breaks anything. So I really wish they would do something about that. It's a pain in the butt getting it back working when it breaks it. That e-licensing software is really finicky, and sometimes the plugin just doesn't like it. Anyway, that is all I've got for this one. If you guys have questions, please leave those in the comments section. And like and subscribe. It really helps me to get my videos at least shown on YouTube. Um, I am being more consistent with the videos, and I am providing information to you guys for free. I'm not charging you for it. And I answer questions and interface with you guys all the time. So if you could help me out, that would be great. That is all I've got for this one. I'm going to play the song, and I'll see you on the next one. Asterix.